Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made this akara, which is beans cake or beans fried cake. Yes, so it was very delicious. I'm just going to do a talk over to let you guys in on it. So I used a small beans, which was very difficult to wash. It took me an hour to wash these beans, but the bigger beans is more preferable, but we bought the small beans in the house. So basically what I did was just to select the beans, remove every stone and then chaff from and dirt from the beans. So that's what I was just doing here. So this is 2 cups of beans right here. So after selecting it, I had to wash it and wash and wash. This was when it was almost clean. So you just have to keep on washing. At the end, I had to start picking them one by one to peel it off. That is the ones that were not washed. And then I soaked it till the next day. I washed it at 1 a.m. and I got up around 5:30, and I started grinding it. So this beans is very soft. I used my blender for it. This small beans. When you're cooking it as beans, it gets ready on time. So I decided to just use my blender. There are some blenders that can handle it, but if your blender can handle it, go meet those people that grind with engine to grind it for you. So this was the first set. The reason why the color is like this was because I added pepper. I'm sorry I did not show that part. It was just a very busy day for me. So I added pepper. I added 2 big onions, and then pepper and that's scotch bonnet. Yes, then Nigerian pepper is very hot. So add to your taste level. I love pepper. I can't eat food without pepper. So I grinded them together, and I realized, because I had to test it, I realized that the pepper wasn't to my taste. So I added another pepper. I just added 2 more. So this is me grinding the last set. I'm turning the beans in the blender. And when you're turning it, you just need to add very little water. But this other set I was grinding, I did not add water. I added the beans I've grinded before. So this is the 2 scotch bonnet I just added inside. And then I put Maggi cube. I put 1 Maggi cube and then a little bit of salt to taste. Reason why I like to blend it with the beans is because it blends very well with it. And you don't want to do it when you've already mixed it. The Maggi gets to some area and then does not get to some area. So this is me here putting the salt. I just added a little bit of salt. You have to be very careful when I am dealing with beans, because beans can get too salty. And I was supposed to add crayfish, but I could not get to buy at the time I was doing it. You know, Nigerian light now. I had to be fast. So you see the consistency, it is very thick. When you're making akara, it has to be thick so that it won't scatter in the oil. If it's very light, it will be scattered in the oil. But this one is thick to be able to stay well in the oil. It's not that very thick, but it's thick. And if you're making moi moi is lighter than this. So I had to mix very well so that the blended stuff can get into the mixture very well. So then I put a pot on fire just to dry out the water, and I added a decent amount of oil. So let's say like 3 cups of oil, because we don't want our akara to float. If you don't do this, your akara is not going to pop up. It's just going to be low. It's not going to be round. It's just going to be very flat. So yeah, this is me putting it. So you just scoop a bit and then be putting, depending on the kind of the size you want. It's a very small pot I used. So like a set of pots is one of the smallest. So what I did was I used a smaller, just normal spoon, like a tablespoon, and I will just put in. But if you want your size bigger, you can use a bigger spoon but this was the size I was going for. So I was frying it. This first set, the oil was really hot, and I did not want. I made mistake with. Oh, it was not really a mistake actually because it was really delicious. But I was supposed to lower the oil, but at this point, I was multitasking. So you just have to turn. So every 3 minutes, you turn each to just see. When it's ready, you now take it out. So this is the akara frying. And then one thing again, continue to mix because the water starts to settle down. So you have the beans has water, so tends to settle down. So what you do is always mix it before you take it and put in the oil. So this is what I was doing here. That's what I did there basically. So I'm tired of saying so. So, anyways, yeah, and then I put it in a filter because I wanted the oil to drain any excess oil that will follow the spoon. I wanted it to drain out. I'm not saying that it's going to be oily, no, but you just need it to be drained out. And this was the second set. If you notice, the oil here is reduced because I had to reduce the stove or the gas. So I had to reduce it just to make sure that this fries very well. So this akara, guys, was very, very, very sweet. So yeah, I'm just turning it again. And I had to taste. I ate like five just frying this thing. I ate like five, guys. I'm sure it's even over five because it was just so delicious. Homemade akara is way sweeter than the ones you buy. I don't know why, but homemade akara, it's just that the stress is too much, but it's way better. So this is the other set. I'm just turning it and then I'm going to take it out. You can see, so please reduce your oil. You don't want your oil to be too hot. If not, it's not going to cook properly. And then I added it. You see those darker ones, that's the first set I did. It did not get burned, but it was darker. Yes. And yeah, we're just doing Snapchat. You can see how beautiful and how fluffy, like call it fluffy or swollen the akara is. If you use a smaller oil, it's going to be flat. So if you use enough oil, it's going to pop up. So this is our final result. Our beautiful, delicious Nigerian akara. Can you see how beautiful this thing is? So here in Nigeria, we tend to eat this with either gari or akamu or custard or oatmeal. So you just tend to eat it with any of that. But in this case, I went ahead to make akamu. So this is my nephew's food right here. So I just did akamu, and this is what we had for breakfast. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Leave your comment below. Tell me what you guys would like.